All right, so Alec, you know what flossing is?
Dance?
Okay, so what do you do with your teeth?
Nothing.
But that's not.
You do not.
You have now joined the A Couple Podcast Show. Let me introduce our hosts, Laura and Xavier.
Hello, everyone. This is Laura here,
And this is Xavier.
and we are the It Couple.
Yes, and we've got a special guest.
Yes. We are going to introduce the rising star known as Alley Cat. Say hi.
Yay.
Hello.
This is our daughter.
Yes, we've talked about her a lot on the show.
Yep.
A lot of good things we've said about you. And you know what? I thought this would be really interesting as, us as millennials.
Yeah.
And the generation before, Generation Z and all that fun stuff.
We had to look it up, by the way, to see what generation she's known as.
Yeah. So she is a
Centennial.
or iGen, or what's the other one?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, there's iGen and something else. But yeah, Centennial, this seems to be the easiest to remember.
Especially since we're millennials. And
Exactly.
she's a Centennial.
Exactly. So this is I guess in a way when just
and as a side note, apparently 2011 to current is known as the the Alpha generation.
Yes. So after
we thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, Alpha, like these guys are gonna have superiority complexes.
Right? Anyhow, so we're going to talk to a different generation.
Yes. She's 9 years old.
Yeah.
Going on what number? 10, which means this will be the end, one of the younger portions of the Centennial generation who will definitely be able to relate with. It's kind of like us, like we can relate with both generations very well.
Mm-hmm.
We're not at the tail. We're at the tail end of the.
Yeah, we're old millennials.
Yes, exactly. So. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. Tell a bit about yourself.
We're talking to a generation here that has always had a smartphone in her life or, any kind of technology.
She knows what a tablet is and what it does.
She could unlock my phone at 2.
Yeah.
That was like crazy. Anyhow, so Alley Cat, why don't you introduce yourself? I mean, this is your first time on our podcast.
Well, obviously, I'm Alley Cat.
Yeah.
And I love art and drawing. That's pretty much art, but I like claymations.
Claymations. All right.
Dancing, trying to sing.
You
Obviously.
can sing.
Obviously not as good as
Me, I know.
Mommy.
I am this amazing.
No, you are terrible at it. Oh, no. Don't get this.
I'll believe for everybody that I have an amazing voice. It's a very sophisticated sound that comes from me.
Yeah, no. Big no.
Okay, well let's get into the good fun. Yes, the tech.
This is pretty much going to be like what we did for each other, but for our daughter.
Me.
Our daughter. So you want to start with the first question there, honey?
All right, first question. What is the game you spend the most time playing?
Roblox. Obviously.
Why Roblox? It doesn't.
Because it pretty much has every game in just one. It's one app, but with all the games.
Okay.
Even games that don't have the game.
Even games that don't have the game? Okay.
Yes, I talk weird. I talk weird.
Oh, okay. What do you mean by games that have the game? Because let's say you got a lot of older
don't have
folks.
the game, is what she said.
Yeah, exactly. Some of us have some gray hair. What do you mean by a game that has a game?
Like
Are we talking about Monopoly?
In Roblox, it has Minecraft, and I like Minecraft. And it also has funny, there's this Monopoly in there too. It's funny.
As she's describing this, maybe we did find a kid version of VR chat.
yeah, I did hear about that before from other people. Now, okay, Roblox, is this like a kid-safe game?
Most of the time, no.
But why do we let you play it?
Because I enjoy it, and
Yeah, that's not the reason. I can tell you right now.
I didn't know. You just let me. I have no idea. How am I supposed to know your every move and thought?
Okay, well, let's go ahead and describe this real quick. We put a little bit more trust in you because we try to engage a lot of this stuff that you encounter in public areas, which is still important because, you know, when you get out into real life, you're going to encounter certain things.
Well, I mean, I go onto her Roblox account and I check out the friends and the messages and, you know, and most of the time I'm in and around the room when she's on it anyhow. So I know what she's interacting with and she'll come to me if there's like something weird that happened and I'll be like, block that person or whatever. I mean, you know how to do all of that.
Well, actually, I can't block them because I have no idea how, and I'm pretty sure I can't.
Well, I did block somebody on there for you. I know for sure.
Yeah. So we had to go in there and block and stuff like that. Do a lot of that. Moderation.
Mommy, daddy stuff.
Exactly. In there. But you really like this game. Let's say that for some reason you were just told this game couldn't exist because it was too bad for kids. What would you think about that?
I would become in tears.
Why?
Well, because it's pretty much my favorite game.
Well, why is it?
Of course, you do have to, you know, there are certain things, especially during school days, that you have to do
until I
before you can even get onto Roblox.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I tried to do those as fast as possible. But obviously, in one of the apps I have to do, I have a time limit I have to do. So, when?
All right. So,
Next
let's... Yeah.
You got a question for us?
Nope.
Well, I know one.
All right.
So recently you saw a new movie. What did you think of that?
Amazing!
What was this movie you saw?
How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World.
Yeah. So, you
my
know, the whole name.
Is there any other subtitles you missed there? Or is it the whole thing?
That was the whole thing.
Okay. So, How to Train a Dragon. After seeing the movie, do you know how to train a dragon?
Well, this is the third one.
So the third step of training a dragon.
No, it's not like that. It's just different because I find a hidden world. Though actually, Toothless is actually a king.
What's Toothless?
He's a night fairy dragon.
I know who he is. You're talking.
He's a night fairy dragon.
He's a night-fearing dragon.
And actually, his queen / his girlfriend is a light fairy. They're exactly the opposite.
Oh, it's kind of like us.
Yep. And oddly enough, you like chocolate and you like vanilla. Like, how? I'm like, huh? Every time. And just weird. Weird thought. Just weird, random thought I just put out. I don't know. I feel like it's baby voice. Yeah.
No baby voice.
Tee.
All right, Alicia. So here's another hard-hitting question. So what do you think about young kids that are kids that are younger than you? What do they like now?
Probably SpongeBob.
SpongeBob?
Or My Little Ponies / Charlotte.
Oh, yes. So let's see. Okay, let's go. Let's pull back. Okay, so as a kid in a Centennial, every generation who is the older generation always look at the previous generation as threatening or they're trying to destroy something.
Well, we're her previous generation.
Exactly. So what is something that we do now that you think that kids your age now will just not do or want to be a part of anymore?
You're asking the simple questions.
I know. Come on, 9-year-old. You got it. This is a big one.
Well, I know something that you have had quite an interest in. You know, which is not games, but you know, as a world thing, you've been very adamant about trying to get us more into being recyclable and, you know, and recycling and things like that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, she asked a lot of questions about it, you know, and I've actually started to incorporate some of those things into our daily.
Well, one thing I find funny, if you think about it, like with with her age group that I've seen so far is you guys, like vegetables way more than we ever did.
Well, I mean, at least she does.
Yeah.
I love my carrots.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we've said it from the start. I will not be surprised if one day she is a vegetarian.
Yeah.
She always eats her vegetables and then will eat her meat.
And what
after I force her.
And what is wrong with ketchup here? Because you haven't had any ketchup.
That's not a meat.
Bruh.
Or pasta sauce, the red stuff, marinara sauce.
Yeah, she doesn't
like
like
that either.
red sauces. Yeah. I think that's like
there's actually a lot of sauces. She won't have dressings on her salads or anything like that.
Actually, I did. One time I had ranch.
Yeah.
One time. But that was in my other school, and obviously I did not like it. The ranch is disgusting.
Oh.
Actually, I realized they put egg in there.
Well, yes, ranch does have dairy in it, so you probably don't like that.
And that was also the day that I had like the white around my mouth.
Yeah, because you have a dairy sensitivity, not an allergy to it necessarily, and not even intolerance. But she just if she has too much dairy,
and then she goes
she gets sick
from the booty.
So anyhow, how about something you recently got? You want to tell them about the experience of that?
Because how exactly am I supposed to put that in words?
Okay, so Alley Cat here got her ears pierced recently, but in a very different way than what is the norm, at least that I grew up in. I mean, okay.
The gun!
Wait. How did you get your ears pierced, honey?
Went to a mall. There's a guy sitting there. He brings a gun, stamps my ear. Bada bing, bada boom, done.
Yeah, I went to a shopping plaza that, there was just a jewelry store place. I went in there and they did a gun, and I got my ears pierced. And so that was how it happened. But when I knew that, she wanted to get her ears pierced, I did a lot of research on it. And there has been a lot of problems. And even I had problems with my ears after getting a tattoo gun. And I know a lot of friends that have had problems with theirs too. And so I was looking it up and I found even more issues with it that I even knew of with the not the tattoo guns, but with the ear piercing gun. The ear piercing gun. Apparently, a lot of times the people using it, they aren't trained on it. They have no idea how to use it. They're just summer jobs, and then two, they don't clean them always or sterilize them. And then another.
Wait, that could kill people though.
Yeah, it can make you sick for sure. And
because if two different bloods get together and it's actually in a cut, it could actually kill a person.
Well,
there's
you can get like diseases, and
or sometimes
it's not good. You understand that.
Yeah.
And then of course there's the unevenness. Sometimes one is higher than the other. So anyhow. So I went and looked it up and I was like, all right, so what other options do I have? Am I supposed to get a needle and poke her ear? I'm not doing that. And so anyhow, I found out that actually a big thing that's going on is getting them done at tattoo parlors, or ear piercing parlors where, adults usually get their
piercings and stuff like that. But what better place? Here, one thing with the gun too, just want to throw in there is the inaccuracy. If you have someone who's just, okay, you want an ear piercing, they put a gun to your ear and they stamp and snap, but it doesn't mean they know that they've aligned it correctly. Yeah. That it's in the same area or even close.
Well, and then a lot of times the kids jump. The first one they're usually like, whoa, but then the second one they'll move because they're expecting it.
Yeah. A lot of the guys over here, and when it comes to the tattoo shops, they've have years of experience of even doing more articulate work than just getting your ears pierced. We're talking about artwork that's on your arm and really making some amazing artwork. So, bringing a 9-year-old into a tattoo shop was very interesting.
Yeah,
what do you think? Yes, what do you think?
Yeah. The place was a little bit awkward looking and very inappropriate pictures there. So, that made me
your typical parents are.
That made me a bit uncomfortable.
What did you see there? What did you see there? Like with their skulls and dragons and stuff like that, with their princesses and unicorns.
No.
But anyhow, so, tattoo parlors certainly have a stigma against them that I think is lessening more and more. The tattoo parlor I got my tattoo done at, is in the mall, which is also where Alley Cat got her ears pierced at. We like that place. I know that place. They're a good, clean place, but it's also in the mall, so it makes it a little bit less scary for her. Because it's a familiar area. So anyhow, I mean, it was great. We had to sign a waiver, and because it's they have to cover their butts kind of thing, and so we had to sign a waiver and do all that fun stuff, and paid the money, and then went into the guy took us into the back, and she got to sit on this like doctor's seat kind of thing.
Yeah.
While we were told to wait outside the room, but we could see into it. We were watching, the whole time. We were there the whole time.
Well, this is the part I think it'd be good for Alley Cat to describe. Yeah. And that would be, okay, so you sit in the chair. Okay, focus now. She's still a 9-year-old, so she loses focus a lot. When you have a kid, they're not like adults. They're like drunk adults. They're just not fully there.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes, exactly.
Excuse me, sir.
All right.
No.
So are you going to tell this part?
Yes.
So when you went and sat on the seat in there and we had to wait right outside the door where we're watching, describe what happened.
Ow.
Well, no, I mean, describe from the moment you sat there. What did you do first?
Well,
because you had a happy face and then all of a sudden it went away. What happened?
So what did he do first?
Well, he started cleaning it somehow.
Yeah, first he put markers, pinpointed markers on there and let you decide your placement, whether you wanted it lower or a little higher.
Away from my head.
Yeah, and so, once she figured out which one she wanted, then what? He cleaned it off and did the whole antibacterial wipe and stuff like that.
The other marks he made with Sharpie.
Well, yeah, he cleaned that part off first, but
obviously.
But then he used an actual one of those orangey looking ones. I don't know what they're called, but they're meant to totally disinfect, and he used it. Yeah, and he used it on the needles and on the needle, and then what happened?
He stabbed him in my ear.
Yeah,
I'm being dramatic.
Yeah.
Oh no, your face was pretty much accurate. It was just like because you did a sharp little right when it happened. I was
like,
and I mean it was a pretty big needle. It wasn't like
how big.
It was okay. Here's the impression I got from looking at you. You were thinking oh, this is just you're just gonna put an earring on it. Whoa, this actually has pain associated with this.
I mean, we had warned her that it would be painful.
Yeah, but it was short. It wasn't that long, though. You went through and
it was long. It was
long. How long was it?
Well, he kept it in there for a little while.
Oh, yes.
So that was probably a little weird feeling.
Yeah.
And then he put the earrings in.
My ears felt very heavy. I was like,
and then, of course, yeah, I mean, you hadn't had any weight on there, and all of a sudden there was weight. It's kind of like, I guess, when you go get your hair cut from a long length to a short length, and it's all of a sudden like, wait, where'd all my hair go?
Oh, yes.
No!
But, and then the second ear, she, at that point, I mean, she didn't cry or anything. She did go like, ow, this hurts, and you could tell. But then, the second one came and all right, don't move.
And when the second one came, I was like, Pink Puppy Unicorn. I started singing Pink Puppy Unicorn. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Pink Puppy Unicorn.
We can hear you fine on the
I know. Do you think I don't know that?
Anyhow, so yeah, no, but otherwise she did really good. Of course, the guy was, I mean, he was great. I mean, really awesome guy and all. And
he talked about his daughter.
Yeah, he talked about his daughter and just, had conversations with us. We talked about, I don't know, Disney and Legoland and things like that. And so great ways to distract. And then, of course, he was like, oh, so you're going to go get ice cream after this, right? It's like a requirement after, getting your ears pierced.
At a young age.
It's like, really great. Thanks, dude. Now we got to go buy her ice cream.
And apparently, Dad gets some too.
Yes.
And I bet, and he loved it.
And I had a couple bites.
Oh, I hated it. Ice cream. Yuck.
You loved it.
Actually, we went to this really cool place that they put it on. I don't even know how to describe it.
It's like
they rolled they rolled the ice cream. It was really interesting.
Because it's so cold, it was very
Yeah, it was like, okay, so something you would, make pancakes on. It was like that except cold.
Yes.
it rolled.
They poured the cream, the cream, then they froze on there, and then it was this flat cream stuff, and it was able to roll it up.
Well, they also had to put an Oreo, and then to put the cream stuff. They had to put
an Oreo in
yes.
there. I know. I
it was required.
They had to, obviously. So they had to put the Oreo there, and they put the weird milky stuff and started smashing the Oreo.
All right. So if you could tell our generation or other parents something about kids of your generation, what would you tell us?
Let them play outside.
Oh,
that's actually a really good one. I agree with that.
So they can get some energy out and they make friends.
Well, then, like, what do we do after school? As long as you finished your homework first, what do we do?
Go to the park.
I also feel like I should say police let the kids play outside too. I mean, come on. We get it. There's a round of safety. You don't want these kids just running about without being supervised.
Yeah.
At the same time,
at least have an adult out there.
Well, at the same time, we also want to give people freedom to let kids go outside, because I didn't always have an adult outside with me when I was playing around.
Me either.
Yeah, that's something that's totally all your generation. We have to have constant supervision.
Yeah.
We were just told, go out and go play. And I think everybody has that in their head when we were.
I think some of it
your age.
depends. Some of it depends on the neighborhood you're in. So, like, if you're in a neighborhood where there's other kids, and the neighborhood I grew up in, we had kids all around us. And so when we went outside, we would meet with our other friends and the kids in the neighborhood, and we would all hang together.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't have that, and of course, then our parents knew their parents, and, so it was just this whole, like, it was okay.
It was like a family.
It was easier to communicate amongst strangers.
Yeah. Where now we just all kind of hide out in our holes.
Yeah, exactly.
You mean homes?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Now here's one I want to ask. Okay, so you remember that one time you went to the hotel and there was a movie you watched. There was a bunch of storks.
Oh.
I think the movie was called Storks.
Yes.
And you wanted to watch it again, right? Or turn it back. And what couldn't you do? Why not? Because it was cable.
Yep. We don't have cable. I mean, we cut cable years ago.
Before this Centennial was even a thing.
No, we didn't cut it that long ago.
Well, we brought it back. But
I was when I was like a baby or something. I bet.
Yeah, she was young. Either way, so yeah, no, we haven't had cable for a long time. So the way that we usually get our movies and stuff, sometimes we'll have Netflix, sometimes we'll have Hulu, sometimes we'll have Amazon Prime, and and then we do a lot of watching things on YouTube or Vudu or whatever. Pluto, we've done Pluto. And
these are actually all real names to applications. They just sound like we're just making them up. Voodoo, Pluto. No, those are actual applications that are like streaming services.
I bet some people know about it, and obviously they know YouTube because they're watching it on YouTube.
No, they're not.
No.
What?
Yeah, we are on YouTube, but we only have 6 subscribers on YouTube.
Yep.
Something if you're listening to this, we think it's kind of funny too. So yeah, we only have 6 subscribers on YouTube. We have probably close to.
That's because it's just like audio recording, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's understandable. It's not really designed for that. But yeah. We are also on Spotify. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're on Tunein. We're on multiple different platforms. That
iTunes. Did you say iTunes?
Yes, okay. iTunes. Still working on this. What's the other one? There's a couple other ones that we're still trying to get on, which I thought we were everywhere, but we're still working at it.
I don't know. We're on a lot of places I don't even know of. So
yeah. We do see, like, when we look back at our numbers of people coming in. I would say almost 50%, if not more, of them are from places we've never heard of.
Yep.
I've had a couple of my friends though show like, oh yeah, you're right here. And I'm like, what app is this? Like, how did I even get here? But like, that's great. So next thing I would ask, this little one here, Centennial. So one thing I wanted to ask you, as a little girl, growing up in the current world, when someone says technology, what do you think it's old technology? What do you think, if someone showed you saw like
just a radio, no phones at all. That's what I think.
a radio? Oh, what do you think of radio? What do you mean, like the car radio?
No, I'm talking about just radio, just a plain old radio.
Actually, like a funny thing on the car radio, recently she asked me about why cars have these big long sticks on them, or, actually the ones we were looking at were like little bumps.
They look like dinosaur scales.
Yeah, they looked like a shark fin or something on one
Or
of
a
the
shark
cars.
tooth.
Yeah. So, and I'm like looking, I'm like, well, actually, quite a few years ago, my growing up, we had these long sticks, wires.
They're still there on
well,
cars.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find one to show her, when we're driving and stuff, but there's not as many of those.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna
Yes.
just say this. Google.
Yeah, and she's like, what were they for? So we can actually get our radio channels.
Okay, now,
Okay.
now, have you ever seen or used a CD before?
Yes.
Okay, what do you use a CD for?
To play something like video.
Oh, see, she thinks CD is the same thing. She knows DVDs. We have DVDs, but I don't know if you've ever actually really used CDs.
Yeah.
They're different. DVDs have movies on them, or video, as you're saying, where CDs were actually meant for music or small files.
Yeah. All right, now, have you heard of a cassette player?
Oh, no. Actually, yeah, maybe. No.
Okay, what's a cassette player?
She might have heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like, but I heard the word before.
Okay.
That's all.
Do you have an idea what it's used for?
Play music, I think.
Yep, Bing. She knows that one.
I think there's like that weird.
Well, yeah, the thing that the wheels.
Oh yeah.
And there's a big fan. Golden looking horn
A
attached to it.
golden looking horn.
I don't know what we're talking about.
You would not understand because I'm very bad at speech.
Oh, she's talking about record players.
Oh yeah.
with the golden horn, the ones that have the horns that come out of it that play the music. I don't even know what those are called.
I think they're just all record players.
Well, no, the horn itself, the golden horn she's talking about, actually has a very specific name, but I don't know what it is. But either way, she knows record players because I actually. Well, you and me, we had a record player for a little while, and I want to get one again, except I want to get a modern one, not an antique one, because the antique one didn't work great. And once we fixed her, once it started breaking, it was like, where do we go to get this fixed?
Now, one thing she does not have as of yet, though, it is in the works, and with her own efforts, she may get one, and that is a smartphone.
I want a dumb. Obviously, I'm getting a dumb phone first.
What is a dumb phone to you? What would qualify as a dummy phone?
Does
a dumb phone have apps?
I think so.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea what a dumb phone
But you
does.
want one though.
Okay. Because it's a phone. I really want a phone.
Okay, if you could have any phone in the world, what phone would you get?
I'll be the best one in the world.
Oh, that makes it simple. So you want my phone. So what do you know? What brand of phone do you like? Nope. All right. You did a good job of keeping her away from phones.
Yeah, I mean, she only knows our phones, and pretty much the only thing she knows about our phones is that she can call people or text people or send pictures and
play games.
But we plan on getting her first phone, a dumb phone, and that's mostly just so that we can keep contact with her, and so that because she's just keep contact with her and stuff like that, and so she can have contact with her friends at school because a lot of them do have phones.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody in my class has phones.
Yeah, but we want to do the dumb phone because we're not quite ready to give her full access to the internet when we're not there. I mean, like
Exactly.
right now, her computer, when she's on it, it's in an area where we see it
And
constantly.
obviously, I do not see YouTube anymore. Boo-hoo.
Well,
Thanks.
that works.
I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, exactly. It's really good. Yeah, you don't need that. And
At least I have a TV.
what you need is the for better learning and actually getting on the learning note. Okay, we had oodles and oodles of books and stuff like that to carry in our book bags, and you have had the luxury of having a much lighter bag. Now, what else do you do at home that doesn't require using a book, Alligat?
Yeah, no. Like a lot of the things that we have are on our computers or phones. So, yeah, so what
did you have to do earlier today? That was school related and for knowledge.
I ready.
Yeah, there we go.
I really don't like saying
But it's a reason why you can have your back relaxed with all those books. And what does that do for you?
A lot? Okay, now it's silent.
That's
No,
because
it's
you're
not.
that's because
It's
you're
fine.
quiet. Yeah. And we're actually
It
a question
helps
about
me.
books. All right. Do you listen to does it okay? Is it like playing a game at all? What is it like? What was you going to tell someone younger than you? What is iReady? Someone says, "What is iReady?"
It's a learning app. That's pretty much all I can say because I really have no idea how to put it in words because it's very complicated. Did I say that correctly? Complicated?
Yes, you said complicated correctly.
Yes! It's very hard. I said
Oh.
complicated once.
All right, and then I guess since we're at like the 30-minute mark, any more that we can kind of add on to this?
So, do you have any more questions for me? That's the question.
Okay, as a Centennial person, are there any things that you like that you know that me and your mother does not like? And it's all your generation, the kids that you like, kids you are like to do.
I like pink.
I'm not sure if that's a generational thing.
Oh, unicorns?
Still, no.
I have no idea. I like colors.
Something like Roblox.
Well.
Or memes or something like that.
And
And the answer is, I don't know.
I do have an idea, but it's really hard to say.
Okay.
It's like it's on Roblox, and it's like an ad. Oh, it's like you get coin, you collect coins, and you get to buy pets that barely do anything for you. They're just pets. You're just wasting your money for nothing because you can actually buy something way cooler, but you can't unless you get up to Mars and you don't have to pay for that, but it takes you like forever to get over there.
All right.
That's something I bet you won't like because I actually like it, but it's kind of odd, but also it's very fun because you get pets, and actually if you click them, sometimes they can play with you. But you have to click them a certain amount of times.
Yeah, me and your mother played MMOs. I think that sounds very accurate to what we did before. You beat up little animals and you collect little coins. Oh, little cute.
No. I don't beat up animals.
Oh, yes, you do.
Excuse me. Can I?
Do you remember Minecraft? Oh my God, how many of those little?
It was an accident.
This is a microphone, Alicia.
You don't need to be so loud.
Yeah, you'll literally hurt people's ears as they're wearing this on their headphones.
Oopsie daisy. I just said it. An iReady character. Yoop.
All right. Well, I think that is going to be all the time we're going to have today. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah. Go check out our new website.
Yes.
Davey and spent a lot of hard work in making it nicer and a little bit more simpler and make it easier for you to find our episode. So
All right, yeah. They try to make it as simple as possible using that KISS mentality. Keep it simple, silly.
Yeah.
All right, and until next time, everyone, thank you so much, and hey, get easy.
Hey, say bye.
Adios, amigos.
See ya.